Welcome to the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains, specifically Moby Arena. As the #1 seed in this part of the NIT bracket, the Colorado State Rams take on a land-grant school themselves, the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. And taking a look at the brackets in this part of the NIT, the other Rams in the bracket, Rhode Island advancing by beating Iona last night. Stanford had to hold off feisty UC Davis. So the winner of the St. Mary's Vanderbilt game will advance to play the winner of this game. And good evening, everybody. I'm Mitch Holtis along with Sean Harrington. Sean, you played now and coached with some of the greatest coaches in the game today. How does Larry Eustace of Colorado State get over the supreme disappointment of not making the NCAA tournament Sunday night to try to win this game in this tournament?
And he goes right to his seniors. His seniors have been fantastic all year. It's a group of young men he loves to coach. They've been self-motivating this entire season. Look for them to get after it, feed off this crowd, and have a good game tonight.
Here's why Colorado State thought they should have made the NCAA tournament. A school record 27 wins. They had an RPI of 29. When you look at this resume of these two teams, Sean, what do you see?
Two very good basketball teams. You look at those records, you look what they did in conference. They did a great job within their leagues, and both teams are very good on the offensive end. It's going to be a fun game to watch. That 30-second shot clock might not be a factor in this one.
We'll get into the rules experiments in a second, but here's South Dakota State's lineup. You'll love these guards. Wisconsin transfer George Marshall has got a great teammate in DeAndre Parks, but it centers around Cody Larson, the senior transfer from the University of Florida, who is the leader of this team. Telling Houston, great at stretching the opponent defense. And this is an experienced team. Daniel Bejarano. Then you look at J.J. Avila and another fifth-year senior in Stanton Kidd. They lead the way. The Simeon also can score from the perimeter. And again, we'll talk about the experiments with a 30-second shot clock. You see at the lower right of your screen, not 35, but 30, as South Dakota State wins the tip. And immediately a rejection as Joe Deciman defends the rim.
South Dakota State tried to steal that tip, get a quick one. Deciman had no part of that, rejecting it.
Scott Nagy, the coach at South Dakota State, is a good defensive coach. And this is a good defensive team. You'll have to earn your shots. Aguilar missing his first attempt. Great score. He is second in the Mountain West behind Derek Marks of Boise State in scoring. Telling Houston again can stretch a defense long there.
South Dakota State likes that matchup. Pick and pop for Houston. Didn't knock it down that time.
Good feed inside. Aguilar Rare missed that close. Teal Daniels works the board. I want to ask you here, though, about second shot offense for Colorado State tonight.
Yeah, they're physically going to get to the boards. A team that's very good getting offensive rebounds. There's a missed shot. Jackrabbits have to find the body and box them out.
Colorado State first in the Mountain West in rebound margin, about +6 per game. Bejarano missing. And here comes George Marshall.
Both of these teams off to a little bit of a slow start offensively. Very good shooting teams. Haven't been able to find the basket first couple possessions.
Larson single inside against Teal Daniels. 7 to shoot. Biddle launches. And Avila, he can rebound as well. Fourth in the Mountain West. Second in offensive boards. And an open opportunity. Daniel Bejarano has the game's first points.
The big man bringing the ball to the floor, finding the point guard. It's a little reversal and rolls. That's the way to get off the board. Get into a little comfort zone now offensively.
But an answer quickly for South Dakota State. As Biddle able to hit the first 3 of the game for either team.
Biddle, just a solid player, can go inside and out. Very efficient. Isn't going to take a lot of shots, but he's going to make them when he takes them.
And as you alluded to, both these teams love to shoot threes. Daniel, his power's low. And you would think that's where Colorado State has an advantage.
Avila and Daniel down inside. Two guys that can score around the bucket. How is South Dakota State going to handle them on that defensive end?
Daniels again with the quick hands.
tough pass that time. Put Daniels in a tough spot trying to dive to the basket.
Marshall Long on a 3. 41%. But it's hard to find a non-3-point shooter on the floor in this game. Kid gets fouled underneath. He had a big on little matchup. George Marshall called for the game's first foul. Larry Eustace, yep, the coach at Colorado State, the only coach in Division I history. Sean, he has had 5 different teams win 24 games or more in a single season. Go back to Utah State, Idaho. He had awesome teams. He was National Coach of the Year at Iowa State, Southern Mississippi, and now here at Colorado State with a school record 27 wins.
Consistency. Every year his team battles. It's a fun offense to play in.
Really airballs that one again, playing with a bad ankle. He did not play in their last game in their semifinal loss in the Mountain West Conference tournament. Then there's Scott Nagy, a guy that you and I both know. 20 years at South Dakota State. He has taken them to Division II, transitioning as a Division I independent, and now 4 straight years in the postseason.
It's not easy to do. What you just said, the transitions. When you are not in the conference, to recruit players to come play for you, you're going from Division II to Division I. He's done a tremendous job with this program. You just mentioned the postseason, NCAA tournament, NIT this year. He's done very good things at South Dakota State.
You had Nate Wolters a couple years ago. Nation's top guards. Daniels not great at the line, just 44%. Maximizing his trip. And South Dakota State takes no time.
And you better get back defensively. Both these teams like to push the basketball off the floor. South Dakota State off of a made free throw gets a dunk.
Simeon launches a quick 3. DeAndre Parks. These 2 guards for South Dakota State are outstanding rebounders. And look at Parks. These 2 guards, Parks and Marshall for the Jackrabbits, average 8 rebounds a game, average. And they've both been high-volume rebounders.
And what you love about that is your guards going to get the rebounds. Now the ball is in his hands, and he can attack. No outlet needed. Attacks the rim in transition, able to finish with the left hand. The newcomer of the year in the Summer League, showing you why. He's explosive to the rim. He can step out and knock down 3 as well.
Sean, a 2-time junior college All-American at Iowa Lakes. And a good get for this program. Biddle's already hit a 3. This time he was just inside the line. 5 early for Jake Biddle, and the Jackrabbits have come to play as we expected.
When you're going up against either one of these teams, you have to be ready defensively. This is off of a made free throw, quick outlet. Telling he was able to get that baseline for the dunk. And this is Biddle. Very efficient offensively. He's not going to take a lot of shots, but shoots a very high percentage from both the field and beyond the arc.
Again, we are playing under some experiments this year in the NIT. You see the 30-second clock instead of the 35-second clock. And then they are playing with a 4-foot restricted arc instead of a 3-foot restricted arc near the basket. That's to see if it'll reduce the number of collisions under the basket. Already saw it come into play in some of the other NIT games. Saw it last night in the UC Davis-Stanford game.
Absolutely love these 2 rules. And 5 seconds speeds up the game, gives you a few more possessions. Scoring's going to go up a little because of it, and the restricted area is fantastic, moving it out. It's a lot easier call for the officials. The bang-bang plays happen right around the rim. You move this out, it's easier to see if it's a block or a charge.
You got to get Avila going here. It's getting a little slow to get into the flow of this game. The average is 17 points a game for the Rams. And another quick 3 to zone in there. DeAndre Parks, who started 6 of 22 this season from 3, but he's warmed up to hit 64 triples for the season.
The South Dakota State team can get you in bunches. They're in a good flow right now offensively.
They are on the inside out and a good block off. Telling Houston's had a good start to this game.
Nice shot that time by Parks, but you can see the speed that South Dakota State can throw at you with Parks and Marshall in that backcourt.
Daniels is wide open, man down. And again, you can see possibly the effect of the 4-foot arc there.
Contact right underneath the basket. Good play on.
Telling his answers with the 3. He started 5 of 17 this season, but now he's at 41%.
It's a team that can really shoot and score the basketball. Conference tournament, they made 25 threes as a team in the quarters and semis of the Summit tournament. South Dakota State off and running, knocking them down from long range. Jab step, jumper, Telehusen.
Two teams that average 74 points a game. Starting off quickly here, South Dakota State, the 8 seed, leading the 1 seed in this part of the NIT bracket. 15-7, the Jackrabbits, the 8-point lead at 14-16 remaining in the first half. Okay, we were talking about the new rules. Sean, I want to ask you about it. First, the 30-second shot clock instead of 35. And there you see the 4-foot restricted arc instead of the 3-foot arc. Let's start with the arc. What is it designed to do?
It's supposed to get rid of the collisions around the basket. Obviously it does. It moves the defense. They have to take a charge outside of that area. A lot of those bang-bang plays that are very difficult for officials to call block charge happen under the hoop. That should move it out. It should be a little bit more obvious if the player was there in time or not when it's away from the rim. I'm also a firm believer, if you got to take a charge inside that area, you were beat already. That advantage should go to the offense. It should be a bucket.
Clavel, a deep 3. That rims off. Gian Clavel. He hit 4 against Nevada earlier this year. Rams a little icy from the perimeter. They have used 5 Teal Daniels points for their 7. Stanton kid, he had a big game in their semifinal loss against San Diego State. He had 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 blocks. 4 seconds. Clavel has got a pull from deep. Excellent save and a hustle play by Kidd.
Great job by Kidd to get a second possession here. Sometimes that's what you need. Take advantage of a second chance opportunity.
Jessamine able to get separation and to score, but I thought the shot before that was the first time we've seen the effect of the 30-second clock. I think Clavel was surprised when he saw 2 or 3 seconds.
Absolutely. Colorado State not in a very good flow right now. Got to get a little bit more in sync, a little more ball and body movement. Pass it around the perimeter, look to attack into the lane a little bit more than they have.
South Dakota State has been a very good road team this year. They've got some good road wins. One at Utah State. And there's an excellent drive. Horseman, the senior from Winter, South Dakota. South Dakota able to get the and one opportunity.
Quick first step on the baseline. Able to beat his defender. Help size just a little bit late getting over there. Gets it to drop. Opportunity for a 3-point play.
Horseman, the first Jackrabbit in South Dakota State history in the Division I era to go to 4 straight postseason appearances. He and Larson have been the senior leaders of this team. Hit way off, and so far, South Dakota State's been able to handle the rebound issues.
Doing a very good job. A couple of long rebounds have fallen into Colorado State's hands, but good blocking out and good crashing on the boards. You see the guards flying in there for South Dakota State to clean up those defensive rebounds.
They've had to overcome their own disappointment. They thought they had a great shot in the finals of the Summit They had a three-point opportunity they missed at the buzzer. It was a great look where South Dakota State would have been the NCAA tournament. As it stands, the Jackrabbits are hot on the road. Pitch Holzer's back with Sean Harrington in Fort Collins, Colorado. The 1 seed down 18-9 here to the South Dakota State Jackrabbits at the under-12 first half timeout. All right, South Dakota State. They've done a great job in their athletic department now, not just men's basketball. The women going to the NCAA tournament as well. You see the enrollment of 12,557. Yes, Adam Vinatieri, the most clutch kicker in NFL history, is a Jackrabbit alum. Located in Brookings, South Dakota. Scott Nagy, you mentioned his navigation of this program through the icebergs. Not many coaches survive the D2 to D1 transition, and you sure don't just survive when you're the independent getting hammered every night.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, phenomenal what he's done, and consistent throughout. He's been able to get to that 20-win mark 11 times at South Dakota State. So that's that consistency, and that's what builds programs. And now that they've won games, they can start to get some recruits to come in and take a look. They have a great fan base. Home court advantage was just dominant this year. Those fans travel. When you get a recruit on campus to see that atmosphere, they enjoy it.
Rams still without a 3. 0 for 6 from bonus distance. Colorado State transition 3. Yes, from George Marshall. He shot 37%. It was at Wisconsin. He's actually in the top 11 of the Big Ten 2 years ago in three-point shooting percentage.
Those are the late midseason transfer. He had to sit out half the season, came in the semester. This is a different ball club when he's on the floor. Kind of the X factor. When he's playing well, this team plays great.
Didn't take him long to adjust. He was the MVP of the World Vision Classic when they won at Utah State. That's hard to do. And with 1 second on the 30-second shot clock, Daniel Bejarano has his first 3.
This team's too good of a three-point shooting team to stay over for the half. Bejarano able to get him on the board.
To the basket and an and one opportunity. And finally the Rams get their score going.
Avila able to dice his way into the lane. Avoid the head-on collision. Steps to the side. You see Larson moving to his right. Avila heads to the line for an and one.
Interesting story. Avila started at the Naval Academy. He was one of the best freshmen in Navy history, a Patriot League Freshman of the Year. And he decided he did not want the naval commitment, transferred, and sat out a year and didn't play basketball at all. He's from there. He gets his own rebound. How about a 4-point play, essentially, for J.J. Avila?
South Dakota State's been great on the boards. You cannot allow that to happen. Nobody blocks out the shooter. Avila, free lane to the basket, puts it in.
And Biddle says always no time to answer. And an and one opportunity for the Jackrabbits.
This is a great answer from the junior, Jake Biddle. Absorbs some contact. Finishes right at the rim.
What about teams that break off makes? And we've already seen South Dakota State use it tonight. How devastating can that be?
Yeah, you're celebrating a basket. Team comes right back at you and answers the call. You better get back. Both of these teams like to push and take advantage of that primary break.
Rams yet to string anything together, but this is the place to go to do it. What a shot. J.J. Avila with 6 points now.
Hard to believe that 6'8", 250 making an agile play to the basket, using the glass to finish.
The do-it-all guy for Colorado State. Scorer, rebounder, passer, and shot creator.
He gave a little fake handoff at the beginning of that play, put it on the deck. Gets into the lane. Great move, good footwork from the big fella.
But then the Jackrabbits, in a nanosecond, are back and get a foul on JJ. And there's no time to celebrate a score in this game. Bad decision. Keaton Moffett trying to get something down low. Wasn't going to happen. The 8 seed leads by 5 here on the road. But this South Dakota State team won at St. Louis University, won at Utah State, and the inbounds play bucket from DeAndre Parks.
Good execution, good screens. Parks used the screen. Rise up, knocks it in. The other thing, South Dakota State's doing a great job keeping this crowd out of it. Just when Colorado State makes a little bit of a run, they're so quick to get back. They either pick up a foul or get a bucket, and the crowd has to sit back down.
And a good crowd here at Moby Arena. For this first round NIT game, of course, they were devastated not getting to the NCAA tournament with a 29 RPI and a school record 27 wins. But right now, that is a distant memory and a great seal from Ian Tyson.
Great pass inside. Tyson was able to walk his man up the lane. Allowed the pass to go over the top.
Ivy missing on the 3, but Kidd trying to horse it up. Stanton Kidd, another good rebounder on this team. With the stick back. Again, the Rams led the Mountain West in rebound margin. Turns it over. And Biddle goes right after the Rams, and the Ram foul is going to go against John Gillen.
We've got a good one, high scoring affair, both teams. This time over the top. Tyson does a good job posting up and scoring at the basket.
Reminder, the Women's Basketball Championship begins Friday on ESPNU. Every team's on a mission to take home the title. March to Glory requires a magical 6-game streak. Who can beat UConn? Who can cut down the nets in Tampa? The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship presented by Capital One begins Friday at noon on ESPN2. How about Jimmy Dykes? He's got the Arkansas Razorbacks with a 10 seed against Joe McCown's Northwestern Wildcats. Be a fun one to watch in the first round. You're going to get a good crowd on hand here tonight in this NIT first round game at Moby Arena. A lot of history in this place. Remember, it was Grant's tomb, and Boyd Grant held court in this place, and a lot of teams came and went with losses against the Rams. Stu Morrill coached here. Tim Miles now at Nebraska had a good run here at Colorado State. They too have got it going in their athletic department. Top 25 this year in both football and basketball. First time that's happened in school history. In history, DeAndre Parks trying to make history. That's 10 for the junior college transfer, leading all scorers.
And Clavel got caught going under the screen. You can't go under. Parks saw the daylight, rises right up, knocks in a 3.
It's hard to find a guy in this game you can go under a screen on.
Yeah, there aren't any guys in that South Dakota State starting lineup that you can go under.
Face-up long is Stanton Kidd. He transferred from UNC Central. They lost last night to the Miami Hurricanes in the NIT first round.
So that time Clavel fought over that screen, make sure he got over it.
Fool me once, don't fool me twice. But now Tellinghusen on the bounce. How about Reed Tellinghusen, the small school Iowa kid from Sac City, Iowa, averaging 8 points this season per game. He's got 7 in the first half.
A very good-looking freshman. Great stroke from the outside. If he adds that to his game, putting it on the deck with that frame at 6'6", he's going to be a handful in the Summer League.
He's athletic. Kidd. And again, Colorado State seems to be better when they power inside. The Rams within 10, the #1 seed, facing a red-hot and determined Jackrabbit team from Brookings, South Dakota. Rams can not just put it, they just can't get a run together. That's a real long three from Dillon.
It's a little too deep early in the shot clock. And not wide open. Defense was there to contest.
Hey, create space. Keaton Moffitt just did it. Timeout, Larry Eustace in Colorado State. Scott Nagy told us today he loves it when his team can move the ball side to side.
They're doing a good job with some cross-court passes. This is an interior pass from side to side. Big man, Cody Larson, he's got a very good passing ability. Finds those defenders cut. That time it's Moffitt.
Well, the 2015 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship tips off Friday at noon Eastern on ESPN2. Catch every moment of the tournament on the ESPN family of networks. For more information, visit NCAA.com. Your home for all 89 NCAA championships. Of course, I mentioned who can beat UConn. Baylor again as a challenger. South Carolina's had a fabulous year. Larry Eustace trying to figure this out. Down 12 for the Jackrabbits. Great spin. An excellent finish. Slow start, but JJ now with 8.
The body control to not fall on that spin move. Defender tried to pull the chair on him. He's able to keep his balance and finish at the rim.
Again, 30-second shot clock. And 6 to shoot here. First time it's been a factor for the Jackrabbits. And Avila is fouled as he gets entangled with Horseman.
Horseman just gets caught underneath here, gets the foul. Get wrapped up. We talked a lot about South Dakota State's offense. We need to talk a little bit about their defense as well. Very good defensive team. They were first or second in numerous categories in the Summit. So they like to get up and down and play fast. But Scott Nagy has always been a defensive coach. He preaches it to his guys. He says, I like to recruit a bunch of skilled offensive players and then teach them how to play defense in our system, in our style.
Okay, what about J.J. Avila now? Starting to kind of get going again. He had the ankle injury, did not play again in their semifinal loss to San Diego State. That quarterfinal win over Fresno State. He also had some back spasms early. It seems like now they're trying to play through him over the last couple of possessions.
Yeah, he's doing a good job scoring around the rim. Able to go off the dribble a little bit.
Boom. Marshall says hello with his second 3 of the half.
George Marshall for 3.
And they do not see a shot they don't like. Any kind of daylight, they're popping up.
6 threes for the Jackrabbits in this first half. Out of 13 attempts. Daniels again, when he's getting inside, he's able to finish. 7 for Teal Daniels, already over his season scoring average per game.
And that's when he's at his best, scoring around the rim. Able to get good position that time. Colorado State needs to keep exposing that inside. Daniels getting good looks. Avila's getting good looks. And South Dakota State's making all these threes. You feel like you have to answer them. They got to keep going inside, getting those deuces.
And how about Moffitt? He gets a driving alley. And goes full throttle.
This South Dakota State team is clicking on all cylinders. George Marshall stepping up, rising, knocking down the 3, and then getting to the rim. Moffitt, free throw when we return.
We're back here in Fort Collins and the number 8 seed. 6 threes for South Dakota State. They lead Colorado State, the 1 seed, by a dozen. They've outscored the Rams 6-1 from the 3-point line.
This is a dangerous team. They love to shoot the three, and they do it for multiple guys. Already 4 different guys have made a three. Parks and Marshall already with 2 apiece. And what you love about this team, not only can shoot the basketball, they share the basketball well. 9 assists on 16 made field goals. So they move the ball well. They see daylight, they can pop up and knock them in.
They've also had some and-one opportunities. They're getting one here. So not just three-point shots, Sean, they've had three-point plays, and Moffitt does exactly that. A junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Has their pace, well, we mentioned it today at shoot-around. Larry Stacey was warning his team about South Dakota State, but has it shocked Colorado State a little bit?
It's hard to practice against this. It's hard to simulate a team that's going to play fast, a team that's going to be able to spread you out with 4 shooters on the floor at one time. Until you get up into a game and see it, it's hard to prepare for. And obviously, it was a quick turnaround. Just found out about this game Sunday night. Not a lot of time to get adjusted, and this offense is flowing right now.
Again, the same side of this bracket with St. Mary's. The Gales playing the Vanderbilt Commodores tonight as well. The only issue for the Jackrabbits has been inside. Bejarano now with a 1-and-1 has a 6th point. This kid's a load, a 6'5" point guard. Scott Nagy's team so far with the better. But what about Bejarano, though? I mean, he gets 7 boards a game, at least 9 times. He's had at least 9 rebounds 7 times this year.
I was even impressed with him. First time I've seen him in person. Watch him on tape. He's able to shoot the basketball, get into the lane, but his size. He is a big kid, 6'5", 210, and he uses his body well. He needs to continue to see if he can get inside, get into the lane, and use that body to get by his defender.
And he started at Arizona with the Wildcats at the U of A. Now you see him with the basketball. At 25 at Denver earlier this year. It's going to be a push-off. Stanton Kidd was pushing to get the offensive rebound. He's got his 2nd foul. And that will put South Dakota State in the bonus.
Colorado State has the advantage inside. 22-14 points in the paint. They need to continue to explore that. Get those points, and then they got to lock down defensively. A lot of times when a team's making this many threes against you, South Dakota State already with 6 of them, you feel like you have to match it from the outside.
And Larry Eustachy, a former National Coach of the Year. And his teams at Iowa State were epic. Jamal Tinsley, Marcus Fizer. They were close. National championship caliber team. Got to the Elite 8. Spitter kid's had a good first half. Tulsa kid out of Bixby, Oklahoma, has got 8 first-half points. And down, and you got a foul here. They're going to count the free throw, and a foul on Colorado State trying to get the rebound here. This could be a 4-point opportunity for South Dakota State.
Right at the bottom of your screen there. Avila leans in with the shoulder on the block out.
And Cody Larson, an all-summit selection for the Jackrabbits. He started his career at the University of Florida. And Avila was set down for a second. Maybe a little frustration from the redshirt senior from McAllen, Texas. Cody Larson gets to the line a lot. 2nd in the Summit in free throw attempts. What a half for the Jackrabbits. 16-point lead on the road.
This is a team that prides themselves on this defensive end. They're guarding and locked in defensively. They play better on the offensive end. Well, they've been locked in defensively. Colorado State able to get a 3 on that possession, however.
And from Fred Richardson III. That's only his 9th three-pointer made all season. But the Rams needed it. Now can they get a stop? Final
2 minutes. So important for both teams. South Dakota State's played extremely well. Would love to have that double-digit lead. And look out for Colorado State. They can get in single digits. They got to feel good with themselves going into the second half.
Bejarano's from Phoenix. He shot that from Scottsdale. He's got 9, 2 threes. Offensive board for Larson. They ain't gonna set on it, folks. Off the offensive board, they find George Marshall, who's got his 3rd three.
And it's great defense. Colorado State gets the block. This falls right into Larson's hands, and Marshall was waiting for the kick-out pass.
We told you, we weren't kidding, that the ball is going up from 3, both sides.
It's a fun game. How can you not like this? You like offense, you like good scoring. Both of these teams lighten it up. A couple threes from Colorado State, make a mini run, and then the answer. George Marshall buries it from straight on.
South Dakota State has been so impressive in answering made Colorado State baskets. Scott Nagy has to love this first half, leading by 13 with 68 seconds remaining in the half. A second-round action of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship begins tomorrow. CBS, TBS, TNT, True TV. Starts at noon Eastern. For more information on tournament game times and listings, go to GoNCAA.com. And again, playing with an experiment this year in the NIT. You see the 30 seconds illuminated there, your lower right of your screen, 30-second shot clock, and then also using a 4-foot restricted arc at the basket instead of the 3-foot that is normally used in Division I basketball. You can see the arc there in the middle of your screen.
See what that 30-second clock does? South Dakota State, 47 points in the first half. No, these guys love to play fast. Both of these teams like to get up and down. Not a huge factor in this game, but I do love the 30-second shot clock. It's been fun to watch in these NIT games. Would love for it to come and play for the regular season games as well.
Teal Daniels, he started his career at Southern Illinois. In fact, he was an All-Valley freshman. Led the league in block shots. He had 5 against St. Louis U before transferring into this program. He was in top 5 in the Mountain West in offensive rebounding this year for the Rams. I'll tell you what, missed free throws are about as exciting as any play here, because we've had as much action on missed free throws, either on rebounding and putbacks or fouls here. Larry Eustace not exactly enthralled with this half. And Biddle is going to the line. That was on Bejarano's second. Biddle, an 83% shooter at the line, misses the front end of a 1-and-1.
You imagine here Colorado State would like to get a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Bejarano air balls. Biddle rejected. Third block of the half for Colorado State.
Good move by Biddle. Gets in the lane. Clean up top. Maybe a little bit of body down below. South Dakota State will keep possession of it.
That's the good news, Sean, for Colorado State. The bad news is now Scott Nagy gets to run one of his tricky inbounds plays. And Larry Eustace knows it.
And it would have just been a 2 there instead of a 3. Threes have been falling.
Look at Biddle chasing a miss, his own. And a nice play by Marcus Holt. Showing some athleticism. And now the 30-second shot clock is off. And Colorado State will play for the last try of the half.
Big play here for momentum going into the half.
3 to pull. Clavel. Big time. Maybe that gets the Rams going. What a half, a high-scoring half. It's South Dakota State come to play, but this might get them going. As Gian Clavel.
Yeah, how you close out the half, so important. A huge 3 to get it to single digits. And it looked like South Dakota State could run away with it for a while. It's only a 9-point lead at the half.
We are at the front range of the Rocky Mountains. We also, ESPNU has our own planetarium. Look at this. This is a great shot outside Moby Arena tonight in Fort Collins, Colorado. But the 1 seed, the Colorado State Rams, aren't worried about any constellation of stars. They're worried about the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. All of the 1 seeds so far have advanced in the NIT. And this is the last remaining game of any of the first-round games. Vanderbilt has won. They won at St. Mary's. As Kevin Stallings' Commodores stay hot, they win in advance. The other Rams in this bracket, Rhode Island, also winning. They will go to Stanford. And now, what about the Colorado State Rams? Mitch Holtis with you along with Sean Harrington. 7 threes for South Dakota State the first half.
Yeah, this is what we like to call action ball. Both teams getting after it offensively. It was a fun first half to watch, and it's a fast-paced game right now. We expect a lot of the same here in the second half. South Dakota State just got on fire from the outside, and they're playing fast. That's off a made free throw. 1 pass up the floor. They love to skip the basketball side to side. And again, pushing the ball high-low, scoring on the inside. You have to get back defensively when you're going up against South Dakota State. They'll hit you quickly.
Scott Nagy's Jackrabbits have led by as much as 16, but here's a big but. 4 times this year the Rams have overcome double-digit deficits at home. They were down 18 to UNLV, won. Down 14 points to Boise State, won. 12 points to Georgia State, won. And 11 points down to Northern Colorado and won. So this is not exactly unfamiliar territory for the Rams.
And I like this. Go inside. That's where they have the advantage. That's where you get the bucket. You have to continue to attack that paint.
And Avila gets his first second-half bucket. He's got 11 for the game. Again, only Derek Marks at Boise State, a better scoring average in the Mountain West Conference than J.J. Avila. Using that size, 1 to shoot on the 30-second shot clock. Second possession now in this game, Sean, that the 30-second shot clock has affected South Dakota State.
And that was good defense that time. Colorado State, no openings for South Dakota State. Forced to take a tough shot. Bejarano was able to block it.
Kidd, he muscles it home. Stanton Kidd, 6'8", redshirt senior from Baltimore, Maryland, and a quick start for Colorado State.
I have the feeling I know what they talked about at halftime now. Get the ball inside. Colorado State starting to lock down that defense.
Avila fouled. He's going to get 2 shots here. And this didn't take long. Already, Colorado State can make this 1 possession. J.J. Avila can hit both of these free throws. And Scott Nagy now a little time talking to his guards.
I love the game plan for Colorado State coming out of the halftime. Regroup, talk about it. Let's pound it inside. We have the advantage there. They were up 22 to 14 points in the paint going into the half. Sometimes when your opponent is making 7 threes on you in the half, you feel like you have to match it. Those threes are going to come for Colorado State, but they have to continue to get the basketball inside. That's 6 early points in this half, and all of it is going to the basket.
Biddle goes to the basket. And this is what the Jackrabbits did in the first half. Quick timeout here called. A team called timeout. Scott Nagy calls a quick timeout. Colorado State was down 16. They're within 5 as the 1 seed trying to fight to advance. The State in a flurry. Less than 2 minutes, they cut a 16-point deficit to 5. Actually, they were down 9 at the half, and they had to hit a 3 at the buzzer there. Now, rough Sunday afternoon here in Fort Collins. Why? It was historic and not good history. Sean, I'm interested in your thoughts here. The most wins not to make it to the NCAA tournament. Murray State and Colorado State this year, both with 27. Oral Roberts and Drexel 3 years ago, both with 27.
I'd like to know, what did Colorado State do wrong to not get into the tournament? They had a fabulous season. 27 wins, did well in conference, good out-of-conference schedule. Were perfect through that non-conference schedule. No bad losses. Hard to believe that they were kept out of the tournament. They did everything you ask a team to do to get in. Tough Sunday for these guys. See if they can bounce back, make a good run. They can feel a little bit better about the situation.
Again, just 6 losses. Only 1 home loss. Bejarano, his third 3 of the game. Parks not able to finish. And now the Rams can either tie or take the lead.
Now you can feel this crowd really getting into it.
Biddler rejected. They will call a foul. And again, keep in mind, look at the arc under the basket. 4 feet around the basket, not 3 feet. And this might be our first situation in this game, Sean, where the arc comes into play.
Yeah, and they just switched the call. The side official came in there. Good job of the refs communicating with each other. You could clearly tell both feet inside that restricted area.
So Biddle gets 2 shots here. He's already over his season average with 11.
This is a good angle here. Regular season, charge. NIT, experimental rule, that's a block.
Biddle splits a pair, 83%. He's missed 3 free throws tonight. He is 3 of 6. Decimate.
South Dakota State answer the run. We've seen it numerous times in the first half.
Wesleyan trying to create 2 straight stops here for the Jackrabbits. And DeAndre Parks takes matters into his own hands.
Great job of protecting the basketball through traffic. Parks finishes in transition. Stops a mini run for Colorado State.
DeAndre Parks, 21 against South Dakota. You had the game in front of a huge crowd in the Summit semifinals, but he made plays like this.
College basketball is all about good guards. And we've got some very good guards on the floor here tonight. DeAndre Parks able to get to the rim that time. Between Parks and Marshall, to give this South Dakota State a new dimension. Getting to the rim quick, pushing the basketball at the floor, and then knocking down threes as well.
And we got bodies down. Check the deductibles. Colorado State gets it back. Kid. And you're going to earn rebounds now as Tyson able to pull it out of there. Freshman with great promise for the Jackrabbits. Marshall, little hesitation, stop and go. And an and one opportunity for George Marshall, the former Wisconsin Badger.
Great use of the hesitation and blow by. George Marshall getting to the lane, finishing with contact. South Dakota State off and running again.
Little punch, counter punch going on, but the 8 seed leads by 7 in Fort Collins. 15:35 to go in the game. Friday softball is back on ESPNU. And no better way to have a top 10 matchup. Number 6 Oklahoma, the Sooners, head to Baton Rouge to take on number 1 LSU. It'll be at 7 on ESPNU and also at Watch ESPN. Punch, counter punch. Colorado State down 16. They get it all back. Chance to take the lead, but then South Dakota State answers, and George Marshall going to the line with a 3-point play opportunity.
And these guards are so good. That's 2 possessions in a row. DeAndre Parks gets to the rim in transition. Then George Marshall gets to the rim and gets fouled for the 3-point play. So 5 quick points from the backcourt of South Dakota State. And they answer the run from Colorado State.
Love these Jackrabbit guards. When you combine all of their numbers, the way they rebound, both are around 40% from 3. Combined 27 points a game. Very impressive. Mitch Holtis with you along with Sean Harrington.
Long 3 there. Colorado State, a lot of success early in the half. Getting the basketball inside, playing inside out.
Wow, Marshall again. 15. He's got 3 threes. His running mate Parks has 2. A 9-0 Jackrabbit run to get it back to double digits.
Just no hesitation. See the confidence in Marshall's game. Jumps right up and buries a 3.
And Daniels gets tied up now with Horseman. And we have an intentional foul. That will be called on Zach Horseman of South Dakota State.
What Colorado State did early in the half, looked inside, and you can see there, just no play on the basketball.
And they may take a look at the monitor here. With Scott Nagy talking to his senior. And you could kind of feel the tensions rise when Colorado State was making their run.
And that's just not a play on the basketball. That's where you can get the flagrant. Flagrant 1.
You get a flagrant 1 here. Randy McCall, lead official at the Bob Staphen, Eldred Carr. They're just going to call this an intentional foul. And so Horseman has picked up his 2nd personal foul.
You can feel the energy. You can feel it's competitive out there. Guys are being aggressive. Both ends of the floor, attacking the basket.
And this isn't Teal Daniels' deal. He's just 44% for the year, and he's 2 of 5 tonight. But the question has been answered. Colorado State's immense disappointment in being left out Sunday in the NCAA tournament. And then the immense disappointment for the Jackrabbits. Had a great look to win the game in the Summit final against North Dakota State. We got the answer. These 2 teams are going at it like this is last game they'll ever play.
And both of them very good teams. Their body of work throughout the year proves that. And very good offensive teams. It's a good system, good flowing offenses on both ends of the floor. Makes for an entertaining basketball game.
Lavelle cranks one from deep. The 3-pointer rough tonight for Colorado State.
And again, it's an outside shot. This team can make threes. They've done it all year long. But the success coming out of the half of pounding it inside got them right back in this ballgame. They need to go back to that.
Hey, Marshall's taking the game over. He and DeAndre Parks. That's 18 for George Marshall. His career high 25 at Omaha in a Summit League road game.
He can score the basketball. You can take him all the way back to his freshman year at Wisconsin. He had 20 at Iowa. They all came in the second half. We're seeing a performance kind of like that here again tonight.
Stanton kid posts up. In a 30-second shot clock. Down to 7. Great defense this time by the Rams. But George Marshall has been just sizzling here the last couple of game minutes.
That's catch and shoot. No hesitation. Confidence in his game. It's a deep three. It's in a very good rhythm here in the second half.
Cody Larson's picked up his 3rd foul and issue for the Jackrabbits. But Marshall is not an anomaly. He's got 4 made threes tonight. Daniels fouled underneath. Marshall's had 5 threes twice this year in a single game. But again, Colorado State, Sean, to your point, when they go inside, usually good things have happened.
We got right back into this ball game, pounding it inside to start the second half. And right when they headed to a 1-possession game, a couple long jump shots. South Dakota State took advantage of it, got that lead back up in the double digits.
The Jackrabbits getting fouls, but Larry Eustachy knows he's getting the wrong guy to the line.
And that's a good foul that time. We saw the intentional foul, didn't make a play on the ball, but this one clean, go up, make him earn it at the line. Good hard foul, making a play on the basketball. Good defense.
Kid gets 2 points anyway. Stanton Kidd relentless on the boards. He had 8 against San Diego State. In the semifinal loss in the Mountain West Conference tournament. Tyson brings his lunch pail to the goal. And hard to do, he outfied J.J. Avila for the ball.
Avila had it in his hands, couldn't hang on. Good job by Tyson to stay with it.
And a 3rd foul now on J.J. Avila. 2015 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship tips off Friday at noon Eastern on ESPN2. Catch every moment of the tournament on the ESPN family of networks. For information, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 89 NCAA championships. Big play by Ian Tyson. Freshman from Osseo, Minnesota. 2 big points and a big offensive rebound to answer Colorado State's basket. They've changed the foul now to Teal Daniels. That's his 1st. Tell you what, right now nobody in this game is going to the basket harder on misses than Stanton Kidd of Colorado State.
You just mentioned he got the basket on the free throw. That time keeps another possession alive. Gets fouled.
One of the best rebounding guards in America. It's 7 a game. And he'll go to the line, earning it the hard way.
More physical play inside. This game's going to be won or lost on the boards. Who can get second chance opportunities?
Free throwing an issue. Bejarano is a guy you want there at 71%, but Sean, he's 1 of 3 tonight at the line.
These are big missed free throws, trying to make a run, climb back into a ball game. There's an empty possession. Hard to climb back and make runs when you go 0 for 2 at the line. We've seen it a few times in the second half now.
And we would like to welcome the watching eyes of the Vanderbilt Commodores. They won tonight at St. Mary's. They're real interested in this game, and we'll tell you why when we come back. Yes, this score is correct. The 8 seed leading by 11 points against Colorado State here in Fort Collins. 11:43 to go in the game. Why is Vanderbilt watching? And Kevin Stallings, we know you're watching. You wanted St. Mary's because you're watching. If South Dakota State wins this game, you host a game in Nashville at Mem Gym because the 8 would have to go to the 5. This is the second time he's been interested in you, Sean Harrington. He recruited you at Illinois State. Now he's real interested in you and what you have to say about George Marshall, the guard for South Dakota State.
Marshall has been on fire, and he's got this capability, able to score from the outside, get into the lane. But it's been the 3 ball tonight. 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. You see a little between the legs, pop-up jump shot. That's when you know you're feeling it.
Marshall, 18, averages 13. He and his running mate DeAndre Parks have combined for 7 of the 9 Jackrabbit threes. And yes, it's on tonight here at Moby Arena in Fort Collins.
I like the strategy, go inside, just didn't get the finish. Stay around a little long.
Biddle has used that driving alley a lot tonight. Avila thought he was fouled. No call. And Bejarano says play on. He's got 14.
Now it's about getting stops for Colorado State. Make a mini run here going into the under 10-minute mark.
Offensive foul. And Deciman has picked up some real foul trouble here. Fourth foul on Joe Deciman of Colorado State.
Good defense. Biddle able to establish position. Deciman really with nowhere to go. Runs over the defender.
And Larry Eustachy keeps Deciman out there. He'll have to play careful here. 10:28 to go in the game. Great play by J.J. Avila. Excellent job defensively by Cody Larson. And the all-Mountain West player. This is the first time tonight, if I can recall, Sean, we've had a held ball.
Shots are going up too quick. There's no chance for tie-ups in this ball game.
How impressive is South Dakota State? They'll play anybody, anywhere, at any time, and they've come in here just punching away.
We talked a lot about their offense, but their defense has been good. 3 straight stops for Colorado State. South Dakota State locks them down at that end, so Colorado State's not able to make a run here in the last minute or so. This 4 straight stops for the Rams. They need to take advantage of this. Make a run here. You're getting the stops you need. Kid's been great. He's posting up hard down the block.
He's going to get a foul called on Biddle. Rams inching toward the bonus, but they got to get the right guys at the line. Rams are 7 of 17 at the line. Just the second foul on Biddle. This does put the Rams in the bonus, and now Stanton Kidd will go there. He's 74%.
That's the good news. You're in the bonus with 9.5 minutes to go in the ballgame. You just mentioned the bad news. 7 of 17. Got to start executing at the line.
Cody Larson had 15 rebounds and an error loss at Buffalo. Gets the Jackrabbit rebound. Tellinghusen, haven't heard from him for a while. That's his first second half 3. And here are the Jackrabbits back ahead double digits. A 12-point advantage.
Colorado State was getting the stops. It was just a matter of time before South Dakota State strikes again. And good penetration by Marshall. Draws in the defense. And good relocating behind the passer. Tellinghusen finds the open lane. And he buries a 3.
They get a bright future for this Jackrabbit program. They are going to be nasty next year, getting both Parks and Marshall back. Biddle. Tellinghusen just a freshman. We've seen Moffitt do good things along with Tyson. Let's go back to the Jackrabbit recap and actually look at both of these teams. But again, for South Dakota State, co-champions with North Dakota State, but look at the way they finished.
They played great down the stretch. Really dominated at home in the Summit. All of their home wins came by double figures. They're playing great basketball. They just picked the wrong night to be cold from the outside. Only 5 made threes in that championship game against North Dakota State.
Jackrabbits mentioned their 10 losses. 5 of them, though, to NCAA teams. They lost at Utah, at Buffalo, and at UNI. And these guys played a tough schedule. 1 at St. Louis University, 1 at Utah State. Hard to do. Very tough team, and now a foul on the Jackrabbits. Tellinghusen has his 4th foul. So Tellinghusen just hit the 3. He has to set. Kidd gets the front end ball and 1. Kidd started his career at North Carolina Central. They had a great year this year in the MEAC. In fact, he was all MEAC there before transferring here to Fort Collins. They lost last night in the NIT first round of the Miami Hurricanes.
This crowd trying to get behind the Ram defense.
It bears repeating. Colorado State has lost only once at home this year. 15-1 at home. And Avila with a great creating play. 15 points for the redshirt senior.
That's a difficult play. He made it look easy, and the crowd rises to their feet.
Contact, bucket, and J.J. Avila stepping up.
Rams don't want this to be their last one. J.J. Avila starting to ignite this crowd. He'll have a free throw when we come back.
The seniors of Colorado State have brought them back within 6. There's 7:47 to go here at Moby Arena in Fort Collins. Not just seniors, but Sean, these are 3 fifth-year senior transfers.
It's a veteran group. It's a very mature group. Larry Stacey said he's just really enjoyed being around these guys. They've had a great season, and now you're starting to see these guys pick up their play here in the second half. Kid's been fantastic around the hoop, getting offensive rebounds, keeping possessions alive, getting trips to the line. Now J.J. Avila, just over his average, has got this crowd on their feet. Has a chance to be on a little mini 5-0 run on his own. School record 27 wins. Did not make the NCAA tournament. RPI of 29. Did not make the NCAA tournament. You can say what you want, but when Wyoming won the Mountain West Conference postseason tournament, it put Colorado State's hopes in peril. But they're not thinking about any of that right now. It's J.J. Avila, a three-point play, 18 points, 5 straight points for the former Navy midshipman. Foul away from the ball. They're just chucking the cutter that time. It's Marshall trying to keep him off balance a little bit. He's been able to get into a very good rhythm in the second half.
Open three. DeAndre Parks. You leave him that open, it's like a layup for that kid.
That's the second time Parks has hit a bucket on a baseline out of bounds. Curl jump in the first half, 3 in the second half.
Gillen turns it over. Marshall. A wrestling match, little on big underneath. Gillen was trying to hang in there with Ian Tyson. And Gillen's going to be called for the foul.
Just a miscommunication defensively from the Rams. You cannot leave Parks.
And now here an aggressive foul. Nagy didn't like it. Keaton Moffitt is called for the foul, but here the Rams now are in the double bonus. Down 8, still 6:58 to go. And Gian Clavel will get a couple. Kid that originally committed to Ole Miss. And he went to Northwest Kansas Technical Community College in Goodland, Kansas. These free throws now are problematic, Sean. Rams are 10 of 22 at the line.
Look at those numbers. Kind of amazing. They're within striking distance.
Again, the Rams have lost only once at home all year. That to the aforementioned Wyoming Cowboys, their hated border war rival. Biddle. What a game he's had. 15 for Biddle. 6 in the second half.
This team is so hard to defend. They just spread you out. Shooters all over the floor. And again, it's Marshall with his head up, finding the open man. Biddle replaces at the top of the key and buries a big 3. We get the momentum back on South Dakota State side.
A nasty turnover. 12 threes made by the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. about energy. What about Ian Tyson inside? And what he's done off the bench for Scott Nagel.
Extremely active. Good job defensively.
And Deciman now fouls out at 6:02 to go in the game. The Canadian, in his junior year, will sit and watch the rest of this one. Fouls out with just 2 points. Tyson 3 of 3 at the line, 68% on the year. But with Cody Larson and Horseman graduating, you would think his development with the great guards they have coming back would be very important next year for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, very difficult to replace Cody Larson, but between Tyson and Connor Devine, we got two big men that are young, can develop over the offseason. They're going to do it by committee next year at that spot.
Well, air balls after a hard take. Foul here. Is this an offensive foul? What do we got? A defensive foul on Bejarano. They may look at this. If Randy McCall is going to go to the monitor or not. He will not. But they call the foul on Bejarano. Third foul on Bejarano, but there's some action here. Action above the shoulders.
They may take a look at this one.
Marks hits the front end of 1-1. I think Larry Eustace is trying to get them to look, asking Randy McCall to look at the runner.
Bejarano was riding him a little bit, but it was clearly an elbow that was thrown up by the face about Bejarano.
Okay, action at midcourt here.
It's tough to get a foul called against you on that one.
And now Kidd steps out of bounds. This is carried over to Larry Eustace's frustration with the last possession. But his team is down 14. Remember, the largest deficit was 16.
So much energy is used on this defensive end for Colorado State. You have to guard this South Dakota State team. They stretch you out. They force you to play one-on-one.
Tough shot. Just inside the three-point line. Marshall has 20. Sean, Marshall and Parks together have accounted for 37 Jackrabbit points. A 10-0 Jackrabbit run now ties the biggest lead of the game for South Dakota State. An 8 seed that's playing like a 1 seed.
You can see the comfort level right now in George Marshall. He's putting the ball down on the deck, popping up in the shots.
And the free throws continue to go awry for Colorado State. The Jackrabbits have tied a season-high 13 made threes. In Marshall, a career-high 6 threes tonight.
That's a heat check. Marshall tried that one, but why not? The night you're having.
Lamar able to finish with numbers on the break. It's not like the Jackrabbits are going to run clock. First of all, you have 5 seconds less per possession with the 30-second clock. It's not like the Jackrabbits are going to pass the ball around a lot. And they post him up. Marshall with 23s, 2 off his career high of 25. Bejarano gets fouled down the alley.
George Marshall, his second personal. And Bejarano at the line, shooting 2.
Bejarano. 14 tonight. He had 19 in that quarterfinal victory in the Fresno State in the Mountain West tournament. Those free throws just aren't going down tonight for the Rams. Frustration mounts here. Vanderbilt watches. They've already won on the road. They're a 5 seed and would host the 8 if the Jackrabbits hang on here. And the free throwing. South Dakota State maximizing their opportunities. Four to shoot. Marshall obliges. That is a new career high for George Marshall from Chicago, transferring to the Jackrabbit program from Wisconsin. Carlton Hurst with the bucket. He gets an and one opportunity. But right now, it's the Marshall plan. How good has he been?
This is a special performance from George Marshall tonight. Everything falling. And look at, he expects it. No changing expression. Great night out of Marshall.
Every wrestler's season has led to this. A team championship on the line. Ohio State has their 3-time champion, Logan Stieber. He chases a historic 4th title. Every match, you'll see it. NCAA Division I Wrestling Championships. First and second rounds begin March 19 at noon on ESPNU. In a near fall right here, George Marshall has played like a champion wrestler. 25 points. That ties his career high he had earlier this year at Omaha. Look at this, a career high 6 threes tonight, Sean. How good has he been?
He's been special, and he feels very confident. He's been able to beat guys off the dribble, be able to shoot threes off the dribble, coming off screens. Any kind of daylight that he's seen, he's popped up and nailed it. And 6 assists. He's setting up his teammates as well. When he draws a crowd, he's finding the open man.
First a 3-point play. They changed, though, one of his threes to a 2. So that's why he's on 25, but he still has tied his career high. And it's still a 13-point lead. Telling using great pass. That's Cody Larson's first field goal of the game for the Jackrabbits. The All-Summit selection. It's a big one to put the Jackrabbits up 15. Continues to work the offensive boards.
He's played hard. He's getting on the glass again, finishing inside.
He has 8 offensive rebounds in this game, and here he comes. The foul's going to be called now on Kidd and Larry Eustace. Got a half Nelson on Randy McCall. See here. Get his legs here. They're going to say we got a side out of bounds here. What we got, Sean?
They're going to call the foul there on Kidd. So ball just out of bounds.
Not yet 1-1. The next foul does put him in the bonus.
Unless they're calling a player control foul. And that way you take it out on the side.
This is off Marshall. Colorado State running out of time. They've got the shot clock moving. Now they got it back reset to 30.
5 or 6 seconds of the game clock was running as well. We'll probably go back up to 2:05.
Larry Stacy takes the stroll to the scores table with that. He wasn't asking about time. Okay, this is off Marshall.
Clock should stop now. So 2:05 should go back on.
South Dakota State team has showed the grit and determination we expected, the way they played all year. And really, an epitome of the entire athletic program. They have done so much. They're building a $32 million indoor facility there. The football team has been good in a great FCS conference. The women's basketball teams in the NCAA tournament. This would be big for them to win here tonight in these circumstances. Now a foul on DeAndre Parks.
This is great exposure for South Dakota State. See here, just bringing the basketball up. Parks is riding him. There's the foul right there.
Not sure Scott Nagy, though, wants a foul there. 13 at 2:01.
They wanted the pressure to make him pick up the basketball, but fall back into your normal defense. You just mentioned South Dakota State now getting a chance with a team that's going to return the majority of their lineup.
Press break, Larson. Yeah, it's this year, too, because, I mean, they're headed to Vanderbilt if they hang on the next 150. This sets them up for next year.
It's great. You use this, you get to play great competition. This is a very good Colorado State team. Go on the road. It's a tough environment. Great job breaking the press. Parks sets up Larson. Finishes on the other end. Now you got to continue to get the practice as a team. You get to play another game. The experience. More good competition.
In Vanderbilt, because it looks like we're headed, or at least South Dakota State with an 8 play a 5 as Larry Stacey's trying to figure out how to get this done in 94 seconds. With Vandy, they're young guys. Damian Jones, all SECs, had a great year. Matthew Fisher-Davis, Riley LeChance, good young players at Vandy. South Dakota State will not care. Let's look at the brackets, because this now has become the most interesting bracket of any of the 4 in the NIT, because the 5 won at the 4. Vandy wins at St. Mary's. The 8 wins here. If this holds up, they go to Mem Gym, and then Rhode Island has to travel all the way out to Palo Alto to play Stanford. Now look at Scott Nagy. In the NCAA a couple years ago, they had Nate Walters. This team, again, Colorado State has been brilliant at home. Lost only to Wyoming in a close game. This is a held ball. Colorado State has the arrow. And they're going to call the held ball. Scott Nagy did not like it.
The one thing you can't do right now, if you're South Dakota State, is turn the basketball over. You can take shot clock violations at this point. Just take care of the basketball. Don't give it back to Colorado State quickly.
Colorado State has missed 15 free throws, 17 of 32, down by 12. Now a steal. Bigelow is going to make Clavel earn it. Clavel's going to the line, under a minute to play. What a win this would be for the Jackrabbits and Scott Nagy. And honestly, a feather in the cap of the Summit. Last year, North Dakota State beat Oklahoma in the NCAA tournament. Now you get this win. This is an attention getter.
Absolutely, it's great for the league, and we talked about what it can do for this team. You've seen it so many times. Teams that make deep runs in the NIT tournament that return a lot of players usually do big things the next season, and a lot is expected out of this South Dakota State team next year.
Kevin Stallings, I know your Commodores are playing well, but you're going to have to be ready to play against South Dakota State. And if the Commodores make a basket, don't clap your hands, because the Jackrabbits will run right by you. These guys were excellent in the first half, scoring off, made Colorado State baskets. And how about them answering Ram runs tonight?
They answered every single run that Colorado State threw at them. This is a dangerous team. They spread you out. They can score from all 5 spots on the floor. They can score in a hurry. Very, very impressive victory for Scott Nagy and South Dakota State.
The 8 has upset the 1 in this part of the NIT bracket, and they did it shooting the 3 ball. J.J. Avila ends his Colorado State career, but Scott Nagy and the Jackrabbits, wild from 3. George Marshall, career high. DeAndre Parks, they were special tonight. And South Dakota State advances. The 8 will go to the 5 and play at Mem Gym in Nashville against the hot Commodores of Vanderbilt. They have won 6 of their last 7 games. How big is this win for South Dakota State?
This is fantastic and really a momentum builder for this team, and they were playing well at the end of the season. You can continue to get the practice, get another quality game at Vanderbilt, make a big run. Who knows what this can do springboarding in the next season.
And we're going to try to run down South Dakota State coach Scott Nagy. Man, he had it going. Reed Tellinghusen early on, but tonight was George Marshall's night. A career-high 25. This is the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. They were outstanding on the road with a 7th road win of the year.